Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Popeye of Down the Rabbit Hole, PopeyeRadio.com, and FederalJack.com. I just wanted to show you a quick example of the tyrannical type censorship that there is on YouTube. I don't know what else to describe it as. And I'll show you. And it has to do with their content ID matching platform, which is garbage, and then the abuse of it by these companies that are out there supposedly to protect artists and stuff when they upload these songs and stuff, and then they hire these companies to protect their stuff and protect people from just grabbing it and re-uploading it and putting ads on themselves and monetizing it. And I understand all that, but it's really gotten out of control, and which has been seen in other occasions. People's voices get used and trademarked or copyrighted very incorrectly, and then you start to get copyright strikes or content ID matches on your videos, and which shouldn't be there. Okay, case in point, my Iraq Veterans Against the War here, my IVAW, Iraq War Veterans Expose the Reality of War video, this is one of my shows. All these long ones are the archives of my shows that I put up here, and I have a regular archive channel, which is DTRH Radio Archives, which is where all of the shows go up, and all of them are always titled Down the Rabbit Hole with Popeye, okay? Every single one of them. But if you go to this channel, which is Federal Jack Tube number 6, one of my other Fed Jack channels, I upload my shows, but I don't put them with the title Down the Rabbit Hole, because then it would be on YouTube twice with the same title. So what I do is I remove the Down the Rabbit Hole with Popeye and the date, and I just put up the second half of the title, okay? Which, like, you can see the difference. I forgot to remove where it says Down the Rabbit Hole and the date up here, and it says Exposing the Elite Pedophile Rings Worldwide. I'll end up removing the beginning part of this, and it'll be Exposing the Elite Pedophile Rings Worldwide. Okay, like you can see here how it's just the title. It used to look like this, and then I removed this part. All right, so that's what this is. Anyway, I explained that really quick just in case. Sometimes there will be questions or comments in the comment section. Going into a extra 30-second explanation of things sometimes clears that up before you even have to deal with it. Anyway, so getting on to the matching of the third-party content, which, by the way, was not matched. So if you click on it, opens up the window, and you can click right here to play the matched content, which I'm going to in a second. Now it says that it's this outro by this artist Massacari, or however you pronounce it, probably massacring his name. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, if you look up the name of the person in the video which I'll explain all this in a second, you'll see where this whole thing comes from, and you'll see how completely incorrect, and I guess you could say unfair, but I hate the word unfair. Makes it sound like I'm going, but it's unfair. It's just, you'll see in a second why I say it's tyrannical, because watch what happens when I go to appeal it. So it's on here. You can click to play the match content. As you can see, I already appeal it. I disputed it. And look, dispute rejected. Claim has been reinstated. So they're saying, no. That stuff is there. So you have to deal with it, and a little ad pops up and all that. Now, I'm not making money on my own videos. Why should all of my hard work make somebody else money if I didn't use their stuff? If I use their stuff and, whatever, and they allow people to use it, but they want to get clicks on it, they want to put ads up, okay, fine. If that was the case, I would actually let them do it, because, hey, I used your stuff, you didn't charge me for it, so fair is fair. I would actually kind of understand that, but I didn't use it. Now, it says, click here to play the match content. So let's play the match content, shall we? Let's see what it is.
I was guarding this prisoner, and my job was to make sure he kept standing up, but something was wrong with his leg. He was injured, and he kept falling to the ground. And the sergeant in charge would come and tell me to get him up off his feet. So I'd have to pick him up and put him against the wall. And he kept going down. I just have to keep pulling him up and putting him against the wall. And my sergeant came along, and he was upset with me for not, making him, continue to stand.
Okay, so you get the idea. So that's Iraq veteran and member of Iraq Veterans Against the War, which I used to be a member of. I don't even know if the group is still together or not, but I was an original member of the group going back in the day. And Mike Preisner, that's who you heard, was a member of it, and that was him testifying years ago at the Iraq Veterans Against the War Winter Soldier hearings. And I've played this stuff on air 1,000 times. Okay, now they're saying that matches this outro, which is a song. Now you didn't hear any music in there. You clearly didn't hear any music. It's clearly just his testimony. Okay, I've got other IVAW videos up. This one, oh look, on Federal Jack Tube 6 alone. Here's there's 55 videos in this playlist. Look, this is all testimony of Iraq Veterans Against the War. Okay, this has been up here for a long time, right? The reason why they're saying that Preisner's audio matches this claim, look, by IODA, okay, and that yes, it matches it. It totally matches it. No, actually, it doesn't. You see, this is Mike Preisner. This is the guy who was speaking, okay? And if you Google him and you look him up and then you click on videos, it'll bring up this tab. If you come down here to this video where it says Soldier Mike Preisner, a war veteran, our real enemies. Now, this video has been redone 1,000 times. Somebody took his speech and they took this outro song, okay, because you can clearly see where it says music right here, okay? Outro by Massacari. It's the same thing that I'm supposedly using here, right? But I'm not, because you heard there was no music. Now, again, listen, this is what it says that I'm matching.
I was guarding this prisoner, and my job was to make sure he kept standing up, but something was wrong with his leg. He was injured, and he kept falling to the ground. And the sergeant in charge would come and tell me to get him up off his feet.
Now, they're saying that is the content ID match. You see there's no music, right? Now, if I go to this video, and I'm only going to be able to play this for a second because otherwise it'll probably come up here as a content ID match. Okay, you'll hear the music in the background.
And I tried hard to be proud of my service, but all I could feel was shame.
Okay, that's all I'm going to play is like 5-6 seconds of it because I don't want to hear any crap from YouTube and their copyright. But you see how it shows that this can go up and be copyrighted because this video has been up. This isn't the first upload of it. This is probably like the 20th or 30th. The original person made a great video with some music behind it. It was very moving. And because of these content ID matches, right, now the computers, because remember, what they do is they take their audio and they say, hey, this video was made using our audio. So what they did was now YouTube has cataloged this video, the audio of this video, with him speaking and the music that this content creator who originally made this video a couple years ago, at least like 4 or 5 years ago, they've taken that video that person made and they've added it to the list that it matches this content ID match. And now whenever Mike Preisner's voice gets played or uploaded to YouTube, his voice alone, no music, but the voice alone, because the words that he spoke in that video, he speaks in this video the same stuff that he says in here. But again, in here, it's just him speaking, no music.
I was guarding this prisoner, and my job was to make sure he kept standing up, but something was wrong with his leg. He was injured, and he kept,
See, so what happened was because some creative video maker took the audio of his speech and took pictures and took audio and made a very moving video that went up on YouTube. Eventually that audio got content. I don't even know if they might have even pulled. I think they were. I remember I had one of my channels, I think, pulled for that video. or at least a copyright strike thrown against one of them. So it might have been back in the day, because at first they were copyright striking everything, and then they backed off and they would just do the third party content ID matches, and then commercials and stuff like the ads would pop up on your videos. So I dispute them when I can, and as you can see, if I dispute it, watch what happens. Now, look, if you still think this is an invalid claim, you can file an appeal. So you're like, okay, cool. Well, totally. So you file an appeal. Look what it says. Appeal reinstated claim. Are you sure you want to appeal? And then I see the yellow. I'm like, uh-oh, because I know that means I'm going to get penalized for something, right? So you read it. It says you will be required to provide your contact information to the claimant. That's fine. Go ahead and email me. An appeal will result in either the release of a claim on your video or a legal copyright notification from the claimant. In this event, your video will be taken down and you will receive a copyright strike on your account. If you have received additional copyright strikes, this may suspend your account. Learn more. And to appeal a reinstated claim, you'll be asked to verify your account if you haven't already and explain the basis for your appeal in detail. So now I appealed this, and supposedly this goes to the people, the claimant, right? And they see it. And then they see I typed in. I mean, when I appealed it, I typed in a whole long explanation and said, "Look, the content ID match was made in error. There's no the music that is being said I used, I did not use in any way, shape, or form in that video. That music is not in that archive of my show. I don't use it even for bumper music." So there is no reason that they should claim it. The music does not. Go listen to that archive. I challenge you to go back, okay, and listen to this archive at Federal Jack Tube 6. Iraq veterans expose the reality of war, okay? Or you can go listen to it over on the DTRH Radio Archive channel. I challenge you to go listen to either in either place and tell me that that music is played. It's not. It's not at all. I don't use it for bumper music, and that's the only place you'll see music is either my bumpers, my intro, or my outro, and it's not used in any of it. So because Mike's voice was used in a video by somebody else, okay, this video, and this again, this isn't the original upload of it. This is like a re-upload of it. This was done, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 years ago, and you can see that it's I mean, in video terms, it's pretty simple. The guy put on all these, whoever made it, they put in all these images from Iraq and Afghanistan, okay, especially Iraq, and they were showing all these pictures, and they had Mike's audio and this song behind it. So eventually, this thing became cataloged, as I said, in YouTube/Google's little catalog of content ID matches, and then the computer automatically picked it up. So I said no and disputed it, and then the claimant still said, no, it matches. But it doesn't match because I didn't play that audio. Go back and listen. They don't care. So now if I challenge it, you saw what happens. If I dare challenge it, now it doesn't matter if you're right, because I already disputed it and I typed it this whole long thing, and I told them, go listen to the spot. You can clearly hear that music was not used. Please remove the content ID match. Thank you for your time in this matter. I always end it with thank you for your time in this matter. Always very politeful. Okay? Not not being a dick or anything like that. Now you saw what they said. They said if I, if it comes back that you're wrong, well then you get a formal copyright strike on your account. So it goes from a content ID match to if I'm like, well look, no, this is wrong, and the claimant, if all it has to be too is the claimant says, yeah, no, I don't, they used my stuff. Literally, like YouTube's not going in and listening as a third party and going, oh yeah, clearly you didn't do that. That's fine. No. They're allowing the claimant to say, no, they still used my stuff, who they've already, in the dispute, rejected my dispute. So basically that little warning box is telling you that if you reject it, this little warning box, in case you're not sure, okay, this one, but what this is telling me right here, this says that if I appeal it, you're gonna get a copyright strike. That's what I get from that, because the person already, it says, look, you will get a legal copyright notification from the claimant. In the event of this, your video will be taken down and you'll receive a copyright strike, right? And then I won't be able to upload full-length videos to this channel. So this person who already rejected my dispute has the fate of my channel and my upload capabilities in its hands if I file an appeal. How is that fair? How is that not tyrannical? How does YouTube not have a department where they can look at this? They can clearly, it would take 2 minutes, 2 minutes to see that this is not accurate and that the music was not played, because it says, look, click here to play match content. It brings you right to the supposed spot where the match content is. So if they listen, all they have to do is listen for the music. If there's no music behind it, then I didn't play it. I didn't use their stuff, literally. It's not that song, but because somebody else, some other content creator used it years ago in a video where Preisner is speaking, his voice was now added to it, and boom. And this isn't the only time. JFK stuff, too. Every time I play Kennedy stuff, even my intro sometimes sets things off. We had to tweak it a little bit so it wouldn't. But if I play Kennedy speeches during the show, which I do often, every time. Martin Luther King. I had Martin Luther King Jr.'s voice. I had to fight and prove that it wasn't, I didn't use music. It was a speech. It was a public speech, and I had to fight to be able to keep that video up. It was about his assassination. And I played a speech during the video, during the radio broadcast, and a speech of him speaking. No music, just a speech of him speaking. And they tried to block that. It's a public speech. But because somebody had used it in one of their rap songs, and then they had put it up, they had one of these companies protecting it, this company tried nailing me and telling me, no, you can't put that up. And I said, you can't copyright his speech and his voice. Yes, we can. No, you can't. I know you'd like to, I know you and Obama like to say, yes, we can, but guess what? No, you can't. And I fought and I won because YouTube was like, yeah, you can't do that. That's a public speech. And I got the ability to have it play back. But it took me a while. And I know others who have uploaded that same broadcast had the same issue with YouTube. In fact, I think it was Conspiracy Scope. He ended up removing it from his YouTube channel, if I remember correctly, because he didn't want any issues over it. Or he might have fought it. I don't remember. It was one of the two. Anyway. So, this video, Mike Preisner, his audio, his testimony about Iraq and what he witnessed is now added to the content ID match of a song simply because of, and this isn't the original YouTube uploader, this is the guy who uploaded it now, but the original, I don't even know who the original content creator of this video was, but, so because of that, very well done, very well done. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube's tyrannical copyright setup. Now, this is at least better than it used to be. At least you can, there's links to contact them, but still, this is horrible. I mean, look, file an appeal. Don't be, you sure you want to file an appeal? Just let all of your hard work make somebody else money, Popeye. Shut your face. Because that's what it does, okay? If you go back, see, your video is available and playable. Yeah, the problem is during the video, A, it acts as an advertisement for that song, to send it to, to sell that song, and B, now ads can pop up if that person decides on my video. Why should my content, I don't make money off of it, why should my content make you money? If I used your stuff, I'm totally down with that, that's fair. I didn't use his stuff or her stuff, whoever made it. The artist's artwork, their music, because that's what music is. Music is a form of artwork. You don't just always hang artwork on the wall or place it on a table. Anyway, frustrating YouTube bullshit. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just more garbage. I just wanted to vent and point out how tyrannical / shitty YouTube's content ID match system is. And for you all to be careful. Even though, by the way, you can look up, like I said, if you Google Michael Preisner, you'll see, look, there's all these different speeches by him. This is the testimony, look, racism and dehumanization, right? And a lot of these are either on channels that I've hosted or the IVAW channel, Federal Jack Tube 6, Federal Jack Tube, Federal Jack Tube 4, all full of IVAW videos. But my show, where I don't actually play the video, I just play the audio of him testifying. It's audio of him testifying about what he witnessed in Iraq. And I knew when I played it, even though it's powerful and it needed to be played, I knew when I played it on air live that night, I was muted playing it, and I just knew it was going to cause problems. I knew they were going to pull this crap. I just had this feeling. I had this feeling. My spider sense goes off like that. Anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to me bitch and moan for the past 20 minutes. As always, you can go listen to the archives. You can download them in a multitude of spots. You can listen over at DTRH Radio Archives. That's DTRH Radio Archives. It's my other YouTube channel. You can listen to them here at Federal Jack Tube 6. You can go to federaljack.com and listen to them on the website there, or the easiest one to remember of them all, if you want to download any of my broadcasts, podcasts, radio shows that I've been on as a guest, special broadcasts that I've done, everything is available for free in high quality format to download at popeyeradio.com. That's popeyeradio.com. popeyeradio.com. Everything you could possibly want to grab, any show that I've done is there. Download them for free. It works with everything out there. iPads, iPhones, tablets, Androids, PCs, Macs. If you can get on the internet with it and you can use a mouse or the touchscreen with it, you can get any of those audio archives. Popeyeradio.com. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. As I always tell you, the solutions to our problems are an inside job. I love you all, and I will catch you all again soon. I'm out.